Hey gamers, the old and young, beat-em-ups are action video games focused on hand-to-hand combat against large groups of enemies and typically in 2D scrolling urban environments. Known for simple arcade-style beat-them-all gameplay. In today's video, I'm going to tell you the top 15 best beat-em-up games you should play right now. Some of you maybe disagree with the ranking, but that's okay. All I know, these game is a great game. Alright then, without further ado, let's get started. Rushing Beat X Return of Brawl Brothers brings back the classic beat-em-up series from the SNES era, now using 3D models and wider-looking arenas while keeping its gameplay faithful to the 2D side-scrolling formula. You'll still move from left to right, beating down enemies with combos, heavy attacks, and ultimate moves. From a combat standpoint, the game is actually pretty satisfying. Every hit feels impactful, the sound effects land nicely, and the combo system remains the core of the experience. Just like classic beat-em-ups, the game tries to introduce extra systems through items and a shop, food truck, but this ends up being one of its biggest weaknesses. Items like food and money have to be picked up manually, no auto pickup, resources feel very limited, and the food upgrade system rarely gets used because you'll usually need to heal immediately. In the end, the shop system doesn't feel very useful. Instead of helping progression, it comes off more like an extra feature that lacks real impact. Hopefully, future updates can improve this and make the game better. Next, we have Final Vendetta is a classic beat-em-up with a modern touch. Focused on combat, skill, and reflexes. Set in London, where you'll be clearing out thugs from pubs to underground stations. The combat itself is responsive and pretty intense. You can grab enemies, juggle combos, and make use of running and jumping attacks. Enemies aren't just punching bags either. Some carry knives, some are super agile, and others are built like tanks. The further you progress, the more annoying enemy types become. Each character has a unique moveset, including special attacks that can wipe out multiple enemies at once, though they come at a cost, like sacrificing some HP, so you can't just spam them. You've got to play a bit smart. Despite its flaws, Final Vendetta is still a great time, especially in co-op. Playing with a friend really brings out the chaos and makes the combat feel more dynamic. It may not be perfect, but it's definitely satisfying if you enjoy this kind of game. For Double Dragon fans, the franchise is back again with Double Dragon Revive, but this time it's not exactly a continuation, it's more of a reboot that honestly still feels a bit undercooked. The setting is still post-apocalyptic, taking place 15 years after a nuclear war. You're in some kind of coastal colony, fighting against the Shadow Warriors gang as they expand their control. But yeah, the story presentation feels kinda random and not very engaging, at least in my opinion. So if you're the type who plays beat-em-ups mainly for the gameplay, chances are you'll end up skipping most of the cutscenes anyway. The combat feels a bit clunky, but still fun overall. One interesting thing is the block system, which is pretty rare for the beat-em-up genre. And honestly, if you want the game to feel more exciting and actually make that block system useful, just play on a higher difficulty. I guarantee it's way more fun, especially if you're playing co-op with friends. That's where the game really starts to shine and gets pretty addictive. Before we go into the list, I want to tell you about my favorite place to buy games, and that's Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is an awesome site for grabbing games at great prices. Not only they always have fantastic discounts, but also they running giveaways you won't want to miss. Seriously, these deals are hard to beat. Where else are you gonna find prices this good? Why pay full price when you can grab the same game for way less, right? Yeah, you can shop for games on all kinds of platforms, like PC, PS5, Xbox, and a Nintendo Switch. There are also numerous convenient products to enhance your gaming experience, such as subscriptions, gift cards, and many more. No worries, it's 100% legit, fast, and super easy to use, and their support team is available 24/7. So what are you waiting for? Go check out your favorite games by using the link in the description below and start saving your cash with Instant Gaming. And by using my link, you're not just getting awesome deals, but also supporting this channel. Alright then, let's get back into the list. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Rita's Rewind came in with pretty high expectations, especially with a developer that already has a solid track record. Concept-wise, this game is trying to be the full package. You've got classic beat-em-up action mixed with shooting sections, plus some mecha-style moments thrown in. At its core though, the beat-em-up gameplay is solid. Yup, the combat feels smooth, hits have a nice punch to them, and the combo system is easy to pick up but still satisfying to mess around with. On top of that, the game throws in a bunch of different gameplay styles to keep things fresh. The character system is also pretty cool. Each ranger has their own progression, so you're naturally pushed to stick with your favorite and build them up. It gives that sense of attachment instead of just swapping characters for the sake of it. And next, Dragon's Crown is a beat-em-up that's heavily focused on fast, chaotic, and good action. It's wrapped in gorgeous visuals and an atmospheric soundtrack. Yeah, maybe don't play this one in front of your parents though. Outside of combat, the game has a pretty deep RPG system, with tons of loot and plenty of side quests that offer solid rewards. Because each class plays so differently, the replay value is high. You won't feel like replaying is a waste of time. One of Dragon's Crown's biggest strengths is its class system. There are 6 characters to choose from, and they're all genuinely unique, not just palette swaps. Interestingly, this also acts as a sort of hidden difficulty system, where your character choice can determine how challenging the game feels. Jitsu Squad is honestly one of the most underrated beat-em-ups out there right now. You pick from 4 anthropomorphic animal fighters. They're all part of the Jitsu Squad trying to grab a powerful artifact called the Kusanagi Stone before it falls into the hands of the evil sorcerer Origami. Every character is packed with smooth animations and tons of personality. Enemies and bosses feel varied, and the attack effects, from transformations to crazy ultimates, basically take over the whole screen. Add in solid voice acting and punchy sound design, and every hit just feels satisfying. And similar to Power Rangers Rita's Rewind, you can switch characters mid-combo, which makes the gameplay feel super dynamic and stylish. A must-play beat-em-up games in my opinion. For now it's Mayhem Brawler. This game has a strong 90s American comic book vibe, mixed with a theme of cops and supernatural creatures. You play as police officers with unique powers, fighting against monsters and criminals. Yeah, sounds kinda weird, right? But it actually looks pretty fun. In terms of gameplay, Mayhem Brawler isn't bad, but it's not exactly special either. It's decent, nothing more, nothing less. That said, there are a few things that make it stand out a bit. The game features branching paths, letting you choose different routes and unlock 3 different endings. You can also use melee weapons and firearms, and there's even a block mechanic, which is pretty rare for games in this genre. Classic elements like food for healing and energy are still here, along with environmental objects you can pick up and throw. Simple, but still satisfying. Fight and Rage is a hidden gem beat-em-up that you really should play, in my opinion. It features a deep and varied combo system, although the game doesn't really teach you how to use it at the start, so yeah, you'll have to figure things out on your own. There are also over 50 different endings, depending on your choices and performance, which gives the game a ton of replay value. On top of that, there's up to 3-player co-op and a battle mode, making it even more fun, whether you're playing seriously or just messing around with friends. There's plenty of content too, extra characters, weapons, new moves, even a soundtrack player. But there's a catch: the grind. The game is pretty stingy with currency early on, so you'll need to put in some effort to unlock everything. Castle Crashers is one of my old favorites from the early era of digital gaming. It's a 2D cooperative beat-em-up featuring 4 colorful knights battling various enemies in a world that looks straight out of Newgrounds-style Flash animation. There are 7 playable characters available from the start, expandable to over 30 through unlocks, and they are mostly similar to each other except for their magic abilities. The movesets start off simple, but as you level up, they become more varied and interesting. This remastered version comes to the Switch with no compromises in quality. Castle Crashers is best enjoyed as a couch co-op game, where you can make steady progress while having fun with friends. River City Girls 2 is essentially a side-scrolling beat-em-up with RPG elements, and that's where its core strength lies. The gameplay feels more mature and flexible compared to the first game. The combat system is still combo-based, but now it feels more free-form and can be developed to match your playstyle. Each character has clear differences. Some are fast, like Kyoko and Provi, while others are heavier and stronger, like Misako and Riki. This makes each playthrough feel different, especially when you try out different characters. One of the most satisfying aspects is the combo system. You can mix light attacks, heavy attacks, and dojo skills to create long combo chains. The more creative you get, the higher the damage and the more impressive the visual effects. Chaining enemies together until they're completely destroyed is really the core fun of the game. Scott Pilgrim EX is the second beat-em-up entry in the series, but this time it feels more modern, with a semi-open world structure and a deeper RPG system. Visually, the game is absolutely stunning. The pixel art style looks fantastic and instantly brings the original comic to mind. From a gameplay perspective, the core beat-em-up mechanics are still solid. You can use light attacks, heavy attacks, combos, and additional techniques to fight enemies. Each character also has a unique fighting style and animation, making it feel fresh when trying out different characters. The game features a leveling system that goes up to a very high level, but unfortunately, it focuses more on stats rather than new abilities, rarely introduces skills that truly change the gameplay, and makes players hesitant to switch characters because they have to start from scratch again. Towerborne is a side-scrolling beat-em-up with RPG elements. The gameplay revolves around a core loop. Play stages, collect loot, level up, unlock new skills, and upgrade your equipment. Each mission has a recommended equipment level, making the game feel like a loot-based experience. You play as an ace, a hero who can be revived after death. Your mission is to explore the world, search for survivors, and try to stop the destruction. The themes are also quite deep, focusing on leadership, sacrifice, and the importance of community. What's interesting is that this isn't just a co-op game without a story. Instead, it features plenty of dialogue, side characters, and optional quests that enrich the world. And what makes it even more engaging is the completely revamped skill system. You don't just unlock new skills, you can also significantly change how each class plays. Marvel Cosmic Invasion from Dotemu brings a 2D beat-em-up experience with Marvel characters and a modern twist. The game blends classic action with character progression elements that are noticeable throughout the gameplay. As you progress, the game encourages leveling up and character upgrades. This gives a clear sense of growth. You can feel your characters getting stronger and gaining more diverse abilities. With Marvel characters you already love and different fighting styles, you probably have your own favorite Marvel character, right? Some of the cool features include a 2-character switching system mid-stage, team-up attacks that can turn the tide of battle, and unique skills for each character. In my opinion, Dotemu nailed it with this beat-em-up. That said, some people might not enjoy it as much. Maybe expectations were just too high, or maybe it's something else. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Shredder's Revenge is, in my opinion, the best side-scrolling beat-em-up in the franchise. It's like a modern evolution of the classic TMNT arcade titles, especially Turtles in Time. Yup. It doesn't try to be overly complex or over-engineered. Instead, its main focus is simple, fast, and fun gameplay. Each of the Ninja Turtles has a slightly different fighting style. Some are faster, some are stronger, and some have better range. This helps keep the replay value high, as each character offers a different gameplay experience. The game isn't an RPG, but it still features a progression system. As you level up, your character gains small upgrades like increased HP or power, or unlocks new moves. What's interesting is that this progression feels light and doesn't disrupt the pacing. You don't need to grind excessively. Everything naturally progresses as you complete each stage. One of the biggest strengths of this game is its co-op mode. Playing with friends makes the game much more lively, and plenty of funny moments that can happen when playing together. Streets of Rage 4 can be considered a legendary beat-em-up that you should definitely play. Back in the day, this game stood alongside titles like Double Dragon, but with Sega's signature style, faster, harder hitting, and more exciting. Yes, this game successfully blends nostalgia with fresh and modern elements. Without losing its original identity, you can perform combos, throw enemies, attack in the air, and use a variety of special moves. Despite its simplicity, the game introduces a combo and scoring system that plays a more important role compared to earlier entries. Score is not just about style, it also affects your progression, such as earning extra lives. This encourages players to play more aggressively and efficiently, and yup, with solid gameplay, stunning visuals, and a well-designed system, this stands as one of the best beat-em-up games today. And that's it for today. Those were lists the top 15 best beat 'em up games that you should play right now. Got a hidden gem I didn't mention? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video or discovered a new title to add to your collection, feel free to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you'll never miss future content. Once again, if you want to buy games with cheap price, the link in the description okay. So thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. And for another honorable mention, we've got Jay and Silent Bob Chronic Blunt Punch. What makes special this new beat 'em up is Convo combo system. So yeah, it's not just about throwing hands, you can actually roast enemies with their signature trash talk. And it's not just for laughs either, it adds a legit layer of strategy before you finish them off. There are also tag team specials you can trigger for those satisfying, screen-clearing combo attacks. The world feels packed with personality, with tons of small details and Easter eggs spread throughout, so it never feels empty. The game drops on April 21st, 2026, so yeah, keep this one on your radar. And that's it for today. Those were lists the top 15 best beat 'em up games that you should play right now. Got a hidden gem I didn't mention? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video or discovered a new title to add to your collection, feel free to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you'll never miss future content. Once again, if you want to buy games with cheap price, the link in the description okay. So thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.